Good Saturday afternoon, America. This is Becky Williams, stinging you today with the news about Islam. We have a serious issue here in America, and I'm about sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. We've got terrorists in our Congress. We've got a Muslim terrorist running the country. And I just read one of the most disturbing articles that I could have possibly imagine I would come across in the news. Let me go to the page. I want to pull this up and read it to you. It's extremely disturbing. It's unacceptable. And this congressman should be put in jail immediately, if not sooner. This is what we're looking at, folks. We've got breaking news. Muslim U.S. congressman busted working with terrorist frontman. All right, here we go. Let me just pull the article up and get my eyeglasses on so I can read it. Very disturbing. One of the two sitting U.S. congressmen who happened to also be Muslim, was caught working together with known frontman and fundraiser for terrorist groups. Indiana Representative Andre Carson, Democratic Party, took part in the major Islamic convention in Chicago this weekend. I'm assuming this is an old article. It's Saturday. But this is still disturbing to me, and this is the first time I've come across it. The convention was hosted and sponsored by the Muslim American Society. Listen to that. The MAS is a known operating terrorist organization that's also a part of the new Muslim political party. Also involved with CARE. And I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. You know, this government wants to call patriots terrorists because we speak out about this bullshit. There is no moderate Muslim. Period. Read the Quran. All right, here we go. The Indiana Representative Andre Carson took part in the major Islamic convention in Chicago this weekend. The convention was hosted and sponsored by the Muslim American Society, MAS, the Islamic Circle of North America. Carson was a featured guest on a panel discussing the events in Ferguson and beyond. He was joined on that panel by a man named Mazin Makar, who is known for operating an Al-Qaeda website and fundraiser for the Taliban. Listen, people. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? This son of a bitch is sitting in Congress. This Muslim cockroach piece of shit is in our Congress. And he's hobnobbing and running big conventions with known terrorist organizations that are allowed to operate freely in America. What the fuck is going on? And why are we as patriots allowing this to take place? I'm not even playing. I'm not good with this. I worry for my children. I worry for my grandchildren. I worry for America. And we have these terrorist organizations operating in America, and our Congress and the district attorneys and the DOJ and Obama and that piece of shit Muslim bitch Valerie Jarrett setting up in my White House. Mine, not theirs. This is America. I'm an American. We have been taken over. I am so disturbed by this. All right. If I can get back to this article, because it keeps booting me out, I'll finish the article. I just have to rant. That's why I went ahead and did an unannounced speaker show live broadcast. I hope somebody's picking this up and understands my anger and feels the way that I feel about what's going on. This is just bullshit. You know, they changed the semantics, or actually the definition of terrorist to domestic terrorists. That'd be you and me, those folks out there that agree with me, that are patriots, that aren't on board with this old Muslim communist takeover. Let me tell you something. I'm putting you guys on notice right now, you sorry bastards that are doing this to our country. You're on notice right now. We're going to put you in chains. I'm sick of your shit. Oh, I have to rant. I just have to rant or my head is going to explode. It is presumed that Carson knew who Mukhtar was and is, and it's certain that the FBI for sure knows who Mukhtar is. And he was named in a 2004 federal investigation in the UK-based Al-Qaeda website that raised money for the Taliban, among other terrorist organizations. Mukhtar stands accused of operating a U.S.-based mirror website as the one that he had in the UK, according to PJ Media. As per the Washington Post, Mukhtar, an Egyptian-born imam, you piece of shit, we're coming after you, buddy, political activist, repeated a website identified in an affidavit unsealed Friday by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Connecticut. The website solicited funds for the Taliban and Chechen Mujahideen, according to the affidavit. It is an exact replica of the website and sites, it's plural, operated by Bobar Ahmad, who was arrested in England on a U.S. extradition warrant this week. CNN further reported law enforcement sources identified the man as Mazin Makar, 36, of New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm just, I'm blown away. Seriously. I don't understand why America hasn't risen up. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? We sit back and we allow this in our country. I am ashamed of the lack of action. The military, the veterans, the patriots to rise up. This government has created such hatred among its own people here in America. The division between the blacks and the whites. The Muslims taking over industry, taking over America. They're in the curriculum. They're feeding poison to your children, not just at a dinner table. Everything you feed them is poison. You still won't rise up. Now they're corrupting their minds through the Common Core education system, which, by the way, is a global implementation. It is designed to have like-minded individuals across the globe complacent and on board with this communist and Islamic regime, their agenda. They're turning your kids away from you. What the hell, America? Are you going to wake up? Are you going to just sit there like a bunch of pussies and let this happen to our country? Enough is enough. And I don't give a damn if the government hears this broadcast. I am not the criminal here. You are. According to law, the law that you corrupted and perverted, you're guilty. You're guilty of treason. You're guilty of aiding and abetting the enemy. You're guilty. And I don't need to tell you what the penalty for that is. We're coming. And when we come, the fight that you have been poking and prodding us into is not going to turn out like you expected it would. And you will be held accountable in a court of law And you will be punished according to the law for what you're doing. I propose to all governments in every state across the board, to the legislators and to the governors, start double taxing the Muslims who are reaping the benefits in America as an exclusive group to be exempt from all taxation and all interest on loans. Double tax their ass. Call their money in immediately. They will flee. They will flee. Same thing with the foreign invaders that have been unleashed on us. And all these so-called refugees that are actually here to be foot soldiers, destroying America. ISIS coming out of those groups all across the country. We had 2 ISIS attacks, the Garland facility, Colwell facility. Both lost their lives. Quick thinking on the police officers. Hooray. Thank you, officers. I'd like to thank the Garland Police Department personally. The shooters that took them out, the police officers that took the shooters out, thank you. Texas 2, Islam none. This is a message to ISIS. Don't fuck with Texas. You're not going to like the end result. Now, we just had another ISIS member that the FBI has been more than aware of since 2009, arrested finally in Mesquite, Texas. We had one arrested in Houston, and the government's trying to tell us that they're bragging there's 71, only 71 ISIS in America. I beg to differ. I probably have that many in my own city. Listen, I'm pissed. I'm angry. I wouldn't be doing this show. This is my family day. But when I saw the article that I just read, part of it to you, you can look it up on the internet, and you can find several sources to verify that that's not bullshit, it's fact, on this congressman, Carson. Let me tell you something. The time is coming. Y'all are pushing us into a corner. Y'all are pushing us into a corner, and I'm not going to die on bended knees. I will die fighting for my country and for my family. You can take that to the bank. You, with your top security in your private school for your kids, unleashing all this shit on Americans. I have to be in a city without protection. I have to shop in the shops with this shit in my country. Really? Really? I got to look over my shoulder because I'm a white American woman, because I'm a Christian in my own land? This is your doings, Washington. Governor Abbott, I'm going to put out a plea to you today. I'd like an audience with you, sir, and I'll show you the utmost respect, unless you refuse to hear the people in this state, in which case there will be no respect. I propose, Governor Abbott, that you take our guard and you take our militias, you regulate them, and you take the homeless veterans off the street and the veterans that are being mistreated in the state of Texas by the federal government and the VA. And I propose that you put them on Matagorda Island or some other training facility, and you get them trained up, get them sharpened up on their skills. And I propose you deliver us from the DHS and the corrupt Muslim Brotherhood that is running the border and giving the directive to our Border Patrol to stand down. I propose that you double tax or triple tax the Muslims. I propose that you cut every benefit off to every foreign invader. In fact, if they weren't born in this country, they are not legally, should not have access to any whatsoever, any welfare or benefit. Period. They shouldn't have a business. Those businesses should be owned by Americans and not just the special interest groups that you've picked out, like, I don't know, everybody but the whites. They're excluded. Go look at the SBA site and tell me I'm lying. Okay? Listen, enough. Mr. Abbott, we will back you, Governor. We'll back you to the death. The Texas citizens will stand up and fight for you. You cut the benefits off, and those freeloading foreign invaders that are coming in here will leave. I just saw another article where an individual or actually a family, was attacked by 15 foreign nationals, okay, foreign invaders that came across that border with their faces covered, kicking the doors in, shooting a mom and her 9-year-old son. Thank God the husband and the other kids weren't hurt. They weren't fatally wounded, thank God. And these pigs are yelling, "Policia, Policia," in a border town in Texas. Listen, Mr. Abbott, please give us an audience. Please, sir. Please address the citizens of Texas and allow us to give you some solution to where we're at and what's going on. Listen, it's not just Mexicans coming across that border. It's foreign invaders. It's foreign invaders from every country. Enough. We're in danger. That's an act of war, Governor Abbott. When they walk across that border and they do what they're doing, that is an act of war. When they fire an American citizen, when they kill an American citizen, they're a foreign national. When they come across and fire on us, it is by definition a declaration and an act of war. And it's been going on far too long. We are losing lives in Texas to these pigs that are coming across that border. Seal the border. Seal the border. We will help you. We will help you. We will defend you. We will protect you. We will put our lives in front of you to assure that no harm comes to you. Release us, deliver us, secede from this union. Give us secession. Give us the independence. We have every resource, every capability to be a nation. And sir, you would be the leader of that nation. And we would defend you with our life. You have great minds in this community, and even sitting among you up there in Austin, Texas, that have the capability to assure that the infrastructure is kept in place, to assure that we have a military and a defense, to assure that we keep good relations with those that are worthy of good relations concerning other countries. We have every capability to be a new nation. Please deliver us from this evil. In 2009, Governor Abbott, the EU held a conference, and I've seen the video, the EU president declaring we're under a new world order. We don't want to be under that new world order here in Texas. The Texas freedom groups across this state do not want to do this new world order agenda. We're suffering and we're dying. Governor Abbott, this is my plea to you. I've been very harsh in this broadcast. Listen, I'm angry. I'm angry that this has been unleashed on us. I'm angry that children that are citizens in the state are being denied entrance into colleges to make provision for the foreigners that are coming in here, that are given special provision for in-state tuition. They shouldn't even be in our universities. Those places should be held first for Americans. Sorry, but that's the way I feel about it, and I'm not alone in that. The Muslims need to leave. We cannot coexist with Muslims. We cannot trust them. Their very doctrine teaches them to lie and deceive us. I want you to look. I want you to get your panel together. Get your people together. And I want you to look how many businesses are owned by Texans in this state. And when I say Texans, I'm talking about people that are American citizens. I want you to look and see what the ratio is, because I can already tell you, sir. Every corner store is owned by a Muslim. Gas station, laundromats, restaurants, mom and pop, owned by foreign nationals, while Americans are being denied, Texans are being denied the ability to prosper and thrive. We go through a stringent process, Governor Abbott. We have to go through, they run us through under a magnifying glass. They check our credit, which is, most people have blemished credit now because of the economy, and have had since 2001. You know, we have to have collateral But they're given $500,000 when they come into our country to open a business. They're not given any kind of background check. One word, Mr. Abbott, please. And the second word would be deliver. And the third word would be us. From this death grip, this chokehold, that this new world order, that the finisher, the Muslim piece of shit that they put in, that was seated, not voted in, but seated in the White House, that is destroying America, decimating our military, causing grief to this country and causing people to die, dividing this country by color with his agenda. Now, I'm going to sign off. I have family day today. I want you people to think about that. I want you to think about what I said. And if you agree with me, I want you to share this broadcast. Becky Williams with Rage Against the Regime podcast. I'm signing off.
Yeah, I see that. I'm looking at